But it is what it is. Yeah, Phoebe, he did, and he still does. If he thinks he can make money on someone, he will. He didn't give a fuck about her. He absolutely did hide abuse of her. I mean, there was a screaming match about this. It's like, then why the hell didn't you say something? Why in the fuck didn't you say something? You know? It was one of the last nights we were around each other. You know? And we also had it out about him, you know, the other shit I've talked about and touched on when I found out. So, full out screaming match about it. I was pissed. I was none too pleased. So, I find out for sure as the end days are there, and it's like, what the fuck's wrong with you? And then after you find out the full context, we lived, it's like him talking about, like, he was always gone, right? He was never there. Hell, half the time he was run off doing whatever anyway. We lived two separate lives. I was in that holler I was trapped in. That holler was my life, He was out frolicking, though. And so he really, truly has no idea what the hell life was like in there. It's like what I hear is him talking about, because they were trying to discredit, I guess, where I talk about the boys and stuff coming over and eating out the freezers and fridges and stuff. And he's like, well, no, we'd take chips over there, and we'd split this, and yeah, okay, whatever, yeah, that happened, I've talked about that too. But he wasn't even in there in the daytime and stuff when the boys would come around, because they were always asleep before dark, really, especially in the summertime or warmer months, but, it wasn't none of his business, really, but, I'd talked to him about it, we had a couple conversations, but, he'd lose his shit, really, and I knew he'd be pissed because there's groceries gone, there's this fucked with, and I didn't want to hear it, and anything could set him off. It just varied from day to day, man. He could use anything later on as a weapon, and we were letting those little kids, whatever, to do this and do that, man, and most of the time I just let them sneak off and think they were doing whatever, right? And, he has no clue. And he never will. But he does have enough of a clue to play that. And like his whole life has been, I don't remember, I forget, I don't know nothing. No, I don't, blah, blah, blah. And it's just a tactic of his. And he had stopped that around me for a few years because he realized it wasn't working. But now he's playing it again. Now all this has gone on since summer vanished. And it looks like burning out a few more brain cells too. But, I believe what he's got. And that way he doesn't have to fucking testify to anything. He doesn't have to incriminate himself and all that, would be my guess. After hearing what he's saying and doing on these panels and shit last few weeks, I'd say that's the bullshit line. So that way he won't ever have to tell Coleslaw when he really left. What the truth was, he can play stupid. I guess she's still eating that shit up, and because it's often a ploy of his, and he will pull it on as many people let him to. But that way he can also play the card of he doesn't remember, he doesn't know, he was under such great stress, this the other, but he could have done all that, and I'm not even playing this stupid. I know how the fuck he is. I know that asshole better than he knows himself. And it works on a lot of people, but it doesn't work on me. But anyway, yeah, I know he did Phoebe, but I've got proof he was living there until after today's date in history over a year ago. So he's full of shit. But Coleslaw was gone since before June 6th. And she thinks she saw something he set up to make it look a certain way. That's why online, several times throughout the year, you've heard him give a wrong date. Because Coleslaw don't know. And, just like Coleslaw thought it'd be okay to make him a YouTube channel, talk for him, lead him around by the nose to get cash for her and him and do whatever, too. And to terrorize us openly and there's a reason he wouldn't bring her to court and all that other shit, too. He didn't want her to see or hear the truth, and it's something he desperately does not want. And for other reasons. But yeah, he really has no fucking clue. And it's also a way for him to try to discredit me. Dude, I'm literally the only person on that entire fucking road, I think, other than like the good people, right, that is not burnt stones, ever had an addiction and issues like that, man. And it's a fucking struggle bus, man, around here to live with a bunch of idiots just stoned out of their fucking mind 24 hours a day. It's just, you can't. But he's also his own monster. The thing is what, dealing with as a dude and a monster still playing fucking games, so you don't fuck around and find out and get his ass caught up and shit. And like the comment I noticed he made about the cars, he had to make sure everybody knew he had these Jeeps and this and the truck that, but he was sure he was driving the car. Yeah, he was driving the fucking car that day because he'd been keeping my car so I couldn't go out. And he was telling me the truck's transmission was too jacked where I couldn't go out. It was keeping me in the box right there at the end in an absolutely secure way, to where he, less likely to get caught. And then, to make Coleslaw believe that car was his too and whatnot and everything. But, and she wanted it. But, he was, and, anyway, and even the Jeeps, he wouldn't have those if I hadn't bought them. The boy has never had anything, he'll never have shit. Unfortunately, everything's in his name, like most monsters, so it is what it is. And it's just like Kelly's still rolling around wearing my goddamn clothes, man. And anybody who knows Narco-Pass, and the detectives and shit out here got it immediately. I was like, that is my shirt, dude. There's no coincidence here. And they knew. They had training enough to know, and they know him well enough to know what he is. And they know him from the community and school, and they know him from around, they know him here very well, and they know what he is. Unlike Hawkins. So, it just is what it is. Jenny, that's the thing. There is nobody really around here that can say, Jody Sue fucked me over, she's a bad individual. Anybody that tells you that they don't like me, it's based on just personality issues, or because they fucked me over and I fucked them up. Or because they did something wrong to my family member, and I fucked them up. It's as simple as that. And I can give that list to the public any day of the damn week. Because it's that short. That's why you don't see any fake bullshit. You'll see motherfuckers and hear motherfuckers that have done me wrong and are pissed because they fucked around and found out with me, especially in my younger days, but nothing recent because I've really been in a box for hardcore for years. My circle is very small. Most of my circle is honestly dead. And I stay to myself. I don't party. I don't go out. I didn't, so they can make up whatever they want. They can find somebody from the past if they want. I don't care. But you won't find anybody around here that's like, oh yeah, she did this, that, and the other to me, blah, 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 And you'll never find anybody I can't pull receipts out on and show, hey, they fucked up and fucked around and found out with me eons ago. But I stay to myself and have, by abuse and by choice. It was a 75-25 toss up there. But, the boy, he had no clue, and there was no point in me sharing him. And do you have many things today, and he's not one, to come in and be like, oh, how was your day, what happened, and then, there's no point in telling him, but he wanted you to sit. Savage, no. I never manufactured anything of the such. A manufacturing charge is all those charges you see on my ship. There's 4 of them that are actual convicted of, right? But they're actually only one charge, and it's maintaining a dwelling because I paid rent on the house. I outed this myself. This has never been a secret, and let me make it clear, there are clips out here where Andy calls into Floppy himself and says, those are not Jody Sue's charges. She took them for me. And it is not multiples. It's not multiple charges. It looks like them, but it is actually only one. It's maintaining a dwelling. Because I paid rent on the house he had a little over a gram of pot in. So no, it's not. Please go back to law school, though, Savage. And Tennessee now splits those up, and it makes them look like it's a couple charges, right? But it's actually only one. But the way they break them down now, because of the way they've changed the thing, and it was one, right? Online, even. Until a couple years ago when they changed however they had to do that, and I got online and I was like, what the fuck? And then I called and I was like, why are all these here? I actually called the district attorney and the court and all that. I was like, I was flipping out. I was like, why are all these out here? And they were like, don't freak out, chill. State of Tennessee now breaks down that one charge into multiples. But it's still only the one charge. The rest of those on there were dismissed. The guns, all that was Andy's shit, that stuff he's charged with, they were dismissed against me. Right? Because I didn't have, it wasn't my shit. But because my deal was 6 months and supervised and automatic cleansing my record. And then that last day, they wouldn't let me know what he was being offered next door, and I was flipping out like, any good abuse fucking dipshit, and I was like, what are they offering him? Well, I don't want to sign anything until I know that he's going to be okay, and then they come back in there and add that on, and the rest is history, and basically told me I signed it, and I was like, well, fuck it, so I signed it, but, and that's why you hear Andy clearly state, when he comes online months ago for a second or two and speaks to Floppy, when Floppy's going, look, Jody Sue's been convicted of, and Jody Sue's this and manufacturing that, and Andy gets online, he calls him and he goes, hey bro, BK, buddy, those aren't Jody Sue's charges, they are my charges. Andy clearly states that she took them for me. So no, just because you see manufacturing doesn't mean anybody's manufacturing meth. It's a maintaining charge. And they were really big about those at that time. Got that one for everything. So, and I love how there's regurgitating that shit lately. I've seen that on Big Eyes, couple others are like, oh, and blasting like it's news. We've been through this shit before. It's been explained over and over and over and over and over again. Hell, I'm the first one to say it publicly online. So that we could get it out of the way and move on and concentrate on summer. So there wouldn't be any bullshit later. And look, bullshit later, definitely not about summer. And yeah, the snitch shit, you'd think if that were true, yeah, they would be happy about that. But no, not right here. They'll make it something else. Now, in Key's case, Keys is over. Like, you know, he's whatever. And, you know, but you can tell his is like, he goes, he buys dope, right? He's a user. He buys dope. And then what he does is he turns in a little guy so he don't owe him the $50, $100, $200, whatever it is dope cost. Right? But here they are trying to make me some type of crazy whatever the fuck it is, like Cornbread Mafia, something other bullshit out of garbage fed to them. And, right? And the snitch that, snitch this, out of just known articles and shit, dude. So anyway, out of like notorious stories around here, went hard. So they'd be the way you think if that were true, they'd be like, wait a minute. But no, there's no pause in these people, they're idiots. But anyway, yeah. As you can see, it's that simple for them to do daily. And that was a pretty good example of it, which is why I even come online with it. It was that quick and easy at first to show how easy it is and what they do every day. All day long lately anymore. Not that I give free shits, quite frankly. But yeah, bad behavior indeed, right? Oh yeah, Lenny, they keep putting it up and they don't show that end part where all of it's dismissed. They don't tell you about the Tennessee thing that changed it to where it was actually only listed and looked like one charge, because it is one charge. And they don't explain, like I have, that it is one charge, but then when Tennessee changed shit around, they split it. And so it looks like multiples, but it's still only one charge. It's maintaining a dwelling. And, fun fact, I took a piss test in the driveway that night of the arrest, and, was also clean. And they knew I was clean when they come in for his ass. Their snitches on his ass really told the fucking cops and such and all them that I didn't use, smoke, possess, but on drugs, everything else. And they were like, yeah, I was like, look, dude, I ain't got nothing to do with him smoking or otherwise. And they're like, we know. And I took a piss test and drive away and begged for one that way, you know. My kids will be alright this other. And I passed it. Because I have never been a drug addict or a user or anything else. It's not my thing, man. So, but yeah, they never show you the end of that piece where it's dismissed, whatever, you know. And if they were Andes. and everybody at the same time got charged with all the same shit, as it moves through court, and they do that, and then, and then eventually in the end, they're like, wait, it's just how court works, man. They sling everything at you, and then see what sticks and what doesn't, the bartering, the show, the whatever, right? That's how that works. So, anyway, guys, I just thought I'd come on for a second and show y'all truly bad behavior on somebody's part, but not mine. I was raised right. I absolutely did say thank you. There was conversation about it, several throughout the course of my live, which is ironically titled YouTube Criminals and whatever. Right. YouTube Creator Criminals Surrounding Summer is the title of the video. Fucking ironic, ain't it? But yeah, you can watch the clip in 10 seconds. It makes it, it's obviously a lie and piece and part to make you look some type of way. And then there's